Hey Kobe, have you heard the new Deus Ex game? Deus Ex game? Deus? I don't know. Comes out on the 23rd. Definitely going to be the next review. Human Revolution was a personal favorite of mine. Did you play? Well, yeah. Oh, really? I thought you only played Call of Duty. Nah, that was the old Kobe. New Kobe plays all sorts of games. Well, that's neat. So I managed to finish Human Revolution without killing a single person. How did you play it?
No! No! No!
Good to hear. The point of this introduction is to show the next game review is going to be Deus Ex 2. Here's one more plague vlog while you, all of my one regular viewers, thanks Mom. You're welcome, dear! While you all wait for my next video. What do you have for me today, Kobe? I kind of want to kill myself right now. I'd rather discuss abortion with an extreme conservative followed by licking the hair off of his saggy old wrinkly skin. Too gross? Yes. Bit stereotypical? Yes. A joke? You decide. Let's dig in.
Why do you assume only other races like fried chicken?
Well, we probably get the stereotype from the historical cheapness of chicken and the low income of black people prior to the civil rights movement. Black people ate fried chicken as it fit in their budget, and why the hell am I arguing with a 10-month-old video?
Why do we make it so we only have pumpkin in the fall? I want pumpkin all the time.
Hold on, let me pray to the great god of whiteness, Eskimosian, why seasonal beverages are sold seasonally.
Why can't most white people dance?
Seriously, like, is it genetic or something? Do we have, like, stiff hips or, like, 2 left feet?
I can dance. I can dance.
Well, and don't quote me on this, but I believe many cultures with European roots actually de-emphasize the importance of dancing, and because of this, people choose to not learn to dance. In, say, Spanish culture, where dancing is very emphasized, children are taught from a young age how to dance, whereas European cultures typically are not taught to.
Why do you get so annoyed when other people don't speak English?
I think people get mad because it makes communication of any kind much more difficult, and people generally get frustrated by a lack of communication.
Why do we get so excited to brag on Instagram that we went to this really cool, authentic cultural festival, even though we went with all of our white friends? Why
Oh god, the feeling of blowing my brains out with a rocket-powered fork is growing again. Why do you feel the need to do that?
Why do white people spray tan until they turn orange?
Can't you just be comfortable in your own body?
I think Buzzfeed specifically chose the larger, more unattractive man to say this, specifically to target people's empathy. Imagine the backlash by Buzzfeed fans if a Victoria's Secret size 0 supermodel said that line. Also, because many people find tans attractive. Brushing your hair is fixing your body. Why do you brush your hair? Why aren't you comfortable with your body?
Why do you think that since you've seen 5 seasons of The Wire, you're a cultural expert?
Hey, I think I'm a cultural expert because I watch Roots.
Why do you believe everything you see on TV when it comes to other races?
I once watched Samuel L. Jackson direct a group of superheroes, at least one of which was an alien blonde hot guy and the other was Sherlock Holmes. Are you telling me that's not part of black culture? Now I just don't know what to believe.
do we get upset when a TV show becomes diverse, even though diverse usually just means 2 to 3 people of color?
Find one person who isn't already part of the minority of extreme racists who gets upset by black people on TV. People seem to be pretty okay with a black guy in Star Wars.
Why do you assume movies with white stars are automatically more relatable than movies with people of color?
I don't. I relate to relatable characters. If they've got good qualities, I don't care if they're black, with an orange suntan, green hair, and sing catchy tunes to children inside Willy Wonka's fucking factory.
Why is Viola Davis the first black woman to win an Emmy for Best Actress?
Why aren't we complaining that the Oscars and other award shows are like all white?
It's just like white people congratulating other white people on being white.
Everybody should be represented.
I just play the next clip.
Why don't we know the difference between appropriation and appreciation?
Why
We do. I'm just not certain social justice warriors do.
can't we figure out how to make our own pop culture, our own slang, our own cool clothes, instead of stealing other people's cool clothes and then saying that they are our cool clothes?
That goes both ways, you know. America is called the mixing or melting pot for a good reason. It's a major mashup of every single culture all mixing together.
Why are white people obsessed with Wes Anderson?
Who the fuck is Wes Anderson?
Why would you ever say thug life? It's a bad life.
I would probably say it ironically. Yo boys, we all about that thug life. I is both blood and the Crips. Not just any crypt though, yo. I is the crypt of Sargeras. And I is coming for you, Azeroth.
What do you have against seasoning and spiciness? Didn't Christopher Columbus discover America looking for spices?
Well, actually, good of you to ask. In Europe, which is where most of our evolved traits come from, spice was both much rarer and more expensive. And because the coldness of winter, the spices that people did manage to obtain cayenne, primarily pepper, was actually used on meat during the cold days to trick your body into feeling hotter. Now, because these delicacies were so rarely used due to the inability to consume it, and only because specific seasons really should be using spices up north, our taste buds evolved to be much less resilient to spices. Now, this of course isn't a rule, but an interesting tidbit for anyone to know.
Why are casseroles our thing?
Casseroles are probably our thing, as the ingredients were mostly located in European countries. Why is jerk food a Jamaican thing? Oh right, probably the amount of naturally going spices.
Why do you try to avoid confrontation at all costs?
I don't avoid it. I slowly peel the skin from my victims and preserve them to dissect them for plague study.
Why is it crazy that I'm white and I have a big butt? I can dance.
It's not. I'm sure plenty of white guys would like to jam their cocks in your big butt. Now, I wasn't sure if she said had a big butt or loves bud, so I'm just going to go with the one I had a funny response for.
Why do you make such a big deal when somebody doesn't want to hike?
Define big deal. And why is hiking our thing?
Why do you keep talking about reverse racism? That is not a thing.
We are the people in power.
Racism is about oppression. Sorry, white people have not been oppressed.
You're right, reverse racism isn't a thing, it's just racism. Dear God, I'm starting to parrot talking points. Dear Eskimojian, help me. Racism has nothing to do with oppression, by the by, not in any definition that I could find.
Why are you too afraid to speak up when someone says something racist?
Racist or stereotypical? How do you starve a black man, hide his welfare check under his work boots? That is a racist, with air quotes, joke, but it is nothing more than a joke. Might even have gotten a laugh from some of you. However, saying that man is lesser than me because he is black is genuinely racist, and most people probably would say something.
I can dance.
Why do we think that having one friend of color means that nothing we say or do could possibly ever be racist?
Jesus Christ, this lady is the queen of displacement and mental gymnastics. God damn, stop saying we. Only you think any of these things.
Why does being half white automatically make my commentary on white culture only half true? I am just as much white as I am Mexican.
What the fuck does that question actually mean? Really, rewind, listen to it again. What the fuck does that mean?
Why do you believe that Black Lives Matter means that your life doesn't matter?
Every life matters. It's just that one has a harder time living.
That is not the mentality of all lives matter whatsoever. Of course, the movement is basically nothing more than a collection of racists and monsters now anyway, so I'd imagine public opinion has changed enough that this no longer merits a true response.
Why do you get offended when you see a table full of black people, but not when you see a lunchroom full of white people?
Again, lady, that's only you.
Why do you always ask to have a white people club?
You already do. It's the student union. It's primarily white. They have a black student union because you don't represent them well.
The student union has the exact same requirements for getting in regardless of race or sex. Seems kind of like making a race-specific union with lowered standards for one race is the racist thing.
Why do you see the success of people of color as a threat to you?
I don't. I wouldn't have gotten to see Samuel L. Jackson on screen with a blonde alien beefcake if it weren't for his success.
You know that a 2-minute video about whiteness isn't reverse racism, right? 2 minutes about whiteness, hundreds of years of systemic oppression. Yeah, I think we can deal with this.
Look, mate, I've seen your Why I Left Buzzfeed video. I do get how much you probably hate the group, and I truly and honestly believe that you don't agree with what you're saying. I can see it in your tortured eyes.
Why are we upset about immigrants when we were the first immigrants?
Well, actually, Asians or South Africans were the first immigrants as they crossed the ice bridge to Alaska and settled the continents. Fact check yourself, asshole. Well, I think that about calls it a video. I'm going to go drink some bleach now. Kobe, you in? I actually drink a gallon of it every day. I'm immune to it now. God damn it, Kobe. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for a chance to be my next cadaver.